guest, Mr. Naas du Preez. There we go. He actually has a face. Let's see his face.
Dustin, thank you for the opportunity and the invitation, and good evening to everybody. Yes, my journey started on the 25th of February 2006 when I became a franchisee of Oasis Water. They just started out franchising in Mpumalanga, Witbank, or Emrahleeni nowadays. And yeah, we saw the opportunity there to diverse our business way back when. And then I initially started as a franchisee, but immediately saw that this is an opportunity that we definitely want to pursue further and expand. And 6 months down the line, I became the franchisor. So we got a group of family and friends, and we bought out the handful of stores at the franchise that just started out. We were very brave way back then, a gearing of around about 95%, which is not advisable. But yeah, that necessitated that we had to grow at the rate of knots to be able to service all those debts and just to continue growing. But that was positive pressure for us. And the initial plan was to put up 100 stores within the first year. And lo and behold, we were able to do that, give 2 months spare. And then we had a solid foundation on which to further expand the business to all 9 provinces. But then when you're in the water industry, you realize that the opportunities is so wide and so deep that you can go, because every person drinks water every day. So we said we will focus on the SADC region. So we expanded into Namibia, Botswana, and now also in Swaziland. But then we came to a point where the opportunities are so vast that we didn't have the resources. We were able to grow the brand with refill outlets. That's the core of our business, is the refill offering in the water space. And we were able to grow, maintain the growth for about 25 stores average per year. We were able to do that all the years, but then that wasn't enough. The opportunities were still out there. And then we realized around about 2017-18 that we needed extra resources, capital, expertise to take the brand even further. We believe it really has the legs to go to a next level. And then we approached Benchmark and said, yeah, we are very specific in the type of partners that we need. We know that there has to be a cultural fit. We need capital as a one part, but there must also be expertise coming with it. So literally the day before hard lockdown, we concluded the deal and signed the papers. And I must say we are fortunate in that we did make the right choice of partners. The one partner is Fletch Capital and the other one is SLA Capital. And they were hands-on, not only writing the checks, but hands-on involved in advising, but also becoming directors, full-time involved in the business. And we were able to really up the notch and really expand further. Firstly, within the year of hard lockdown, we were seen as an essential service, which was fortunate for us. And we were able, despite all that, to still grow in that year. Also put up just under 30 stores in the 2021 financial year. But then when everything kicked in, we were able to ramp up that to 75 stores last year. And this year, the target is to increase that to around about 100 stores. Dustin, you're still there.
I am not. We're on a roll. And
Oh,
I was just letting you go.
sorry, yeah, the last part of the question, I forgot about that. I was in such a role.
No problem. I was asking for any cool stories that you might have. We've got a group of aspiring entrepreneurs, and they're all keen to learn how to scale, what goes wrong, what goes right, what goes wrong. Any stories you can give us on your journey?
I think the part that I mentioned, that culture is very important. So we were very specific in terms of that, and all the parties that we interviewed, there has to be that spark. The reality is you spend more time with your business than even your life partner or your family. That's unfortunately the reality in most entrepreneurs' life. And so that is, first of all, the old cliche that culture eats strategy for breakfast. That is true. So we were able to get that right. And I think if you get that right, it will definitely address a lot of the other issues. Your strategy, you know your business. I think the entrepreneur is the one that knows the business at heart. You must be open to the advice of the new capital, the new investors that come on board. But usually the gut feel of the entrepreneur is sound. That's what got you to the place you are. And that's very important to remember that. But the difficulty in the last 2 years is for us to, from a more or less a family-owned business, to do that conversion to become very corporate-like, that next level. So it's a tough and a difficult transition. Other things one has to get used to. Sometimes there's some control that you definitely do give up. So it's a give and take scenario. But the opportunities are out there, but times are tough. But fortune favors the brave. And what we experience now is that the opportunities in these difficult and very unprecedented times are even more than before that. But one has to box clever, roll the punches. That's the way of life, and it doesn't get easier.
Thanks, Mark. I think one last question, as we're talking, you just resonated with me. I think a lot of times on the journey, we certainly see it in our processes, in our clients' journey, an emotional roller coaster. You know, a lot of our clients are super excited as offers are starting to come in, only to realize that it's way there. Until the deal concludes. Can you talk to us about your journey from an emotional perspective, the ups and downs, and just following on from that, what it feels like now? You suggested you've found the right partnership. That is a great story, not always the case. But can you tell us a bit more about the emotional journey in terms of?
Yeah, it's definitely roller coaster is the right word to use. You have your ups and downs, absolutely, and that you have your ups and downs in a question of an hour or so. So the emotional journey, as I say, it's a continuous learning curve, especially now being with more corporate-like partners. It's a different ball game, the boardroom dynamics. So that's been something to get used to. We were very informal, all that. On the emotional side, it's your baby. In a sense, it's like your child probably going to varsity or so. You have to let go, in a sense, trust people, and that's sometimes difficult to do because you definitely can get it wrong. We are fortunate in the sense that we did get it right, but always be open to learn. There's new things to be learned every day, several times over, and then broaden your horizons. It was difficult in these times to visit other countries, expand your horizons, but that is probably the one thing that I've learned in this, that you have to do, expand your horizons, be willing to learn.
Thank you very much. That is some super valuable advice. I hope you can hear the round of applause that is surely to follow.